I got to tell you that, first of all, there are two sports that I think happen to be very, very dumb. And the first one is golf. Golf is dumb to me. No, I don't want you housewives clapping because you lose your husband. I want you to, listen to me now. Golf is dumb because you put the ball down. You take the ball out of your pocket, you put it down, and you hit it. Whack! And then you walk after it. Now think about that. You had the ball. Let's take it step by step. You had the ball. It was in your hand. You were home free. And then you put it down. And then you took a stick and beat it away. All right, you didn't want it. But then you went after it again. You say to the guy, what are you trying to do? He said, I'm trying to put it in this hole. So, well, hell, just here, watch this. Plug up. Sammy Davis asked me to come play golf with him, begged me. I went with him because he's a star, and I know him very well. And he's only this tall, man. He's a little cat, man. Sammy weighs about 104 pounds. And I am rather envious of him because he can wear anything. Now I'm sure you've seen him before. He comes out, and he's got $1,800 worth of gold and love beads hanging from his neck. He can't even stand up straight. Now he's got a mink coat. The guy brought me a mink coat the other day. I put it on. You want to hear a true story? We'll get back to the golf thing. Keep me on golf. This is a true story. I swear to Rudy. Hear me out now. Hear me out. Enrico Banducci is a very close friend of mine. He owns the Hungry Eye and also Enrico's up there in San Francisco. Follow me? Okay. I go up to do the opening of his new place. I arrive Halloween night. Now, you know the place up there. What is that place up there where the guys dress with the ladies' clothing and all that? Huh? Finocchio's. Yeah, you're right about that. I go into Enrico's. Now, all my life I've been an athlete and everything. We've always made fun of the guys that dress up, like ladies and stuff. So, and I don't want none of them touching me because I'm pure, So I walk into Enrico's, and right away I could tell, man. I can't tell all of them, but I can tell at least 80% of them, especially if it's 2 o'clock in the morning because the beards start to come out. Follow me now, follow me. This is a true story now. Please believe me, because if you don't believe it, this story is no good if you think I'm lying. So I walk in, and there's about 90 of them. 90, because it's Halloween, and they're all dressed in their dresses. I mean, they got themselves, some of them. But I'm still pure, man. I'm still pure. And some of the other guys are like dressed in tuxedos, because they're the men, I guess. So right away when I walk in, in my whatever puritanical or globby way, I go like inside, I'm like, oh, it's them, So I go over to the table where Enrico is, and I was serious. I said, look, man, I've really got to go to the men's room. I said, there ain't none of them in there. So they all went, ha, 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 ha. And Enrico said, no, go ahead. So I go into the men's room. Now, if you know Enrico's men's room, there's only one, and then there's the thing with the door, you see. So I go in, and there's one in a tuxedo. So I said, oh, no. No. So I go in the store, and I lock the door. And and then when I'm finished, I make sure I'm all closed up. And I open, no, I'm serious, man. And I go outside, and I go out to the store door, and there's two of them in dresses, a blonde and a brunette. And I went like, oh, and they, so like I figure right away I'm in trouble, man. Like entertainer beats up two women in the men's room, So the first thing I do is I want them to know that I know that they're guys, see? So I said, how you doing, fellas? How you doing, fellas? Fellas, guys, men, And the blonde looks at the brunette and says, I thought you said Bing Crosby. And I'm shaking heads, and he keeps saying, I thought you said Bing Crosby. This is not Bing Crosby. Well, Enrico showed up, and I just went right out the door. But that's all I heard the whole time. And it just came out, you told me Bing Crosby was in there. He said, no, I said Bill Crosby. I didn't say Bing Crosby. But I'm telling you, I was never so shocked in all my life, man. Caught in there. I could just see the headlines. Or else, two ladies beat up entertainer in the men's room. That would have really been a drag, Then I couldn't get them busted. Yes, they were women. Because I couldn't accept that. We're golf. Right. Now, the second dumbest thing is watching golf on television. That's dumber yet. Because you sit at home with a choice of 7 different channels. And here you are watching. Here's Irving Flees. He's on a birdie par bird. Over 5, he's par birding underneath the par of the bird, and there's the par bird. He looks like he's doing very well, don't you think, John? Oh, yes, he's really par birding himself very much so. He's par birding, all right, par bird, right. Yes, I think that the par bird, 5 bird par is par bird over 600. Now, D, wait. That isn't so bad. At least there's a guy moving. But watch this. The guy hits the ball, and the camera pans for 30 minutes to nothing but sky. White sky. I got a $1,200 television set, color, and I'm looking at white sky, and there's a ball in there somewhere. I got my face up in the screen, and my wife said, what are you looking at, Dodo? I said, there's a ball in here somewhere. For 30 minutes, they pan up in the sky, man. No trees, at least they could write something, a Coke commercial or something. You're looking for a ball, and then the ball lands, and you don't even see it moving. It's just flat on the grass, and the guy's hand pulling away. I'm telling you. Now, the next dumbest sport is football. Football is dumb. No, okay, oh, you're hissing. Sir, I challenge you. I take for granted that you are a rational man. You tell me that you would enjoy carrying a football and letting a guy rip your leg off. No, sir. Well, then it's dumb. Nobody wants to... You can't hear one guy say, I enjoy my nose being over here when it was straight when I was a kid. These knees of mine been operated on 8 times. I love going to the hospital, getting that cartilage moved out. No, it's a dumb sport. It goes against the grain of any man's thinking. I played up until I was 26 years old, and I refused to try out for the New York Giants. I was a comedian in a nightclub and going to Temple University. Emlyn Tennell came up to me and said, you should get off of that stage making $150 a week and come on out here and play football. And I said, you must be drunk. $13,000 a year is not enough to let Jim Brown run over me every other Sunday. It ain't enough to let Gail Sayers let me drop my jock and everything else all over the place. No. Nationwide TV, I go to hit Gail Sayers. He puts a thing on me, whip, and gone, And all the guys in my block said, boy, you really look bad that day, man. It is not enough to let a 268-pound lineman come downhill on a kickoff and mash me into the mud. You got to give me more money than that, man. I'm telling you. And I played for Temple. We lost 27 games in a row. I'm telling you, it was awful. It wasn't my fault because I never carried the ball. I was a fullback, but they never gave it to me. I blocked for the ball carrier. And I had a choice whether I could hit the guy if I wanted to or not. I made that my choice. Because the ball carrier wasn't no great guy anyway. And I always apologized to him when I came back to the huddle, you know, and he understood. I said, look, the guy was really big, man. I mean, let's face it, the guy was big. Did you see him? Of course I saw him. He hit me. Right, all right. No, I'm not going out there and hit no big people. You know. It's like prize fighting. Take a guy like when Sonny Liston was really, boy, he is evil to look at. And you tell me that I would get into a ring and let him, in front of all those people, beat me up? No. I'd get that bottle in the bucket, and he'd have a surprise coming. In the next round, he'd really have a surprise coming, man. Like football is the only sport where a guy can really break your neck and only get a 15-yard penalty. There are guys out there steal a loaf of bread. You get 6 months. On a football field, you bust the guy's nose at 15 yards, you know, unsportsmanlike conduct. And then they put you back to line up in front of the guy. He's got another shot at you. What was I talking about? Anyway, I played for Temple, and with our team, it was always, whenever we had the ball, always 3rd and 47. I don't care if we just got the ball, you know, 3rd and 47 on you, Owls. Hoot, hoot. 3rd and 47. I remember one time it was 3rd and 47. We were on our own 5-yard line. And the quarterback says, okay, this time, Cosby up the middle. And I said, why? You have never called on me before. You got a trick going or something? Now, in this play, I follow off of the guard's tail. The guard blocks straight ahead. For you ladies, the guard comes out of his stance, and he hits the guy whether he goes this way or that way, whatever way he can move that guy, if he can move him at all. And I cut off his tail this way, or if he's blocking, I cut off his tail that way, you see. And the quarterback give me the ball, hut one, hut two, and I look to the hole, and the guard is pulling. Now, I look to see why he's pulling. And there it is. 6'9", 482 pounds. With no clothes on. Just a helmet and his name, David. Now, I collect myself together. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, I said, now, this is football. Now, why does this guy want to hurt me? And I know he's going to hurt me if he touches me. Why? He doesn't know me. I've never said anything to him. Why does he want to hurt me? He doesn't. The guy doesn't want to hurt me. What does he want? He wants the ball. So I give it to him. You should have seen the change that came over that guy when I gave him the ball. He was so happy, man. I turned around and blocked for him. Now, a lot of you purists will say, yeah, but the coach must have benched you for life. Of course he benched me for life. But that bench don't hurt half as much as what that guy would have done to me. Football is dumb. My wife and I, we've been together now 6 years, ever since we were married. And I dig married life now that I've caught on to it. I understand what my closet means, and I understand that anything that she has, she's allowed to put in it. And anything that I have, if I put it in her closet, is thrown out in the trash. I mean, I've accepted all these things. I've given in. I'm not a weak man. I just realized the reality of marriage. Marriage is for women, not for the man. I know that's true. That's very true. No woman ever went out and just said, you want to get married? No, they're tricky. They say, I don't want to get married. And then the guy says, well, come on, let's get married. No. We're not getting married. And then you start chasing them. And they're laying out little landmines for you all over the place. And you're just walking, and you're nothing but shredded underwear, man. Women got it all figured out, man. They got everything. They got, especially California, they'll kill you in a divorce court. Shredded underwear, that's all you'll be. Just come out there and your drawers hanging off of you. That's why I do everything. My wife says, sit, stand, go to sleep, wake up. I do everything she says, man, while I'm in California. You get outside of California, I punch her so hard. I thought it was all over after my brother Russell fighting over the bed. You know, I really did, man. I get in the bed and said, you're on my side of the bed. She's a grown woman. I said, what are you fighting over the bed for? You sleep where you want. All right, don't put your leg over me. And close the window. I like the window open. Close the window. All that stuff. Groovy being married, especially when they're irped. When they're irped, boy, they are really... They like, yeah, did this to me. I didn't do nothing. Because if you read the Bible, first it was Adam and Eve, see? And Eve did it to all you women. That's why you have to irp. Because they were walking around the garden and the snake said to Eve, he said, don't bite the apple. And she said, where is it? And he said, right over there, and went over and bit the apple and said, Adam, have a bite, and he bit it because he's dumb. And then there's the Lord with no patience. Everybody out of the pool. That's it. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. You see? And cast a curse on all women. You will irp. Ha. That's why all you women have to irp, and man doesn't have to do nothing. Don't blame it on us. God made you irp. The other thing is just entertainment. We have 2 daughters. I've said to my wife time and time again, I want sons. Son, son, son. She keeps giving me daughters. See? And she's irped again. Because just like my football coach used to say, you just keep running that play till you get it right. And on top of that, she's a fine Catholic woman. Can't do nothing about it because there's the Pope sitting right over there. And I say, hey, Pope, watch this, you know. Hey, no Catholic's supposed to use those things. So she's irped all the time. Matter of fact, this last baby was through the midnight trampoline. Yes, indeed. My wife, that was strange for her. Yeah, holding it up to the light, see if any holes in it or something like that. Yeah. Old powerful cars, boy. You can put any kind of protective shield up there, I'll get through there. Right through the midnight trampoline, Jack. Zonk. Oh my goodness, you better believe it. You had penalty for not having it on anyway. Right through the old midnight trampoline. Powerful. Black Eyed Peas do that for you. Thank you and good night.